Hey everyone, welcome back to another cozy Halloween build. I've actually left my table like this since yesterday because as I was getting on with this, I thought to myself, this isn't really what I wanted to do, sort of talk you through things and then go off and do stuff and come back. And it felt like a little bit of a cop-out. So I thought I would best do this build with you, and then once I've got to a stopping space, we will do that Pokemon calendar a little bit backwards from normal, but yeah. So on the build that you've seen me doing this month, this was all big solid sections which you find here, which were great for doing curves and details and blocking the colours in, but it didn't give you a lot of space in the way that the Into the Core one did. And that one had some really clever tricks, which I'm hoping to mirror going forwards. One of them being that they could get the seating a lot lower and still have the internal structure, because behind each seat was a row of seat backs like this, and it had a little raised arch in it so that you could have the gear stick going through all the back, but also, and this is the really clever bit, it used the snot bricks to give you some more connection points on the side. So I thought, okay, that's cool. Let's see if we can keep using that. So I'm just trying to work out where I can steal a few more support bricks. I don't actually even need that many of these side connections, because as long as I have okay, so as long as I have a few of those, that's going to be enough of a connection to hold those side running plates, and I can just go in with standard bricks, because now I take those off. That will still fit on, hold absolutely fine. So since 2x1s are easier to come past than 1x1s, I'm going to just push those two back and see where I can cannibalize a couple more 1x1 plates. There we go. If I take them off of here, and they can go in absolutely fine. Now, can I use any tricks from this car to give me a bit more space in this one. I think I can. Because if I take off this base plate that this is all built on, and take off one more line. See, how much space do I need to actually put this window back on? Okay, so they want 2 spaces back. Where's the other steering wheel console from yesterday? Okay. I think that's me having saved more space than I need to, so I will put that back. If I put that on there, that gives me the 2 sides. I can put another bar here. No, that's now saving too much space. Okay, so what if I put that there and what if I put that there and wing it? I put these together. Again, I still haven't done anything with the base of this yet. This is all just hollowing out the build that we've just made. Okay. And I wanted to use that slightly darker one, didn't I? That's actually looking okay, I guess. Still need to add a couple of 1x1s, which I prefer in dark brown if I can steal that from anywhere. There's the steering wheel. Do we remember putting any hidden? I'm sure to some eyes this is absolute heresy because it feels like I'm mixing KO blocks with other blocks, but if they're both non-Lego companies, does that really give us the same problem? Okay, so I'm going to take this whole section off remembering that I have not fixed the windshield yet. And see how much of these things I can pull out and just swap out that front section. So again, the brick separator doesn't do a lot of good for me because this is all bits without studs to stick onto. And without really enough space to get the brick separator in. And unfortunately, the one thing that these bricks really don't have, that Lego do, is they don't have that little lip that lets you get the sharp end of the separator in. But let's see, let's thin that down a little bit. Put that in there. Now, these are quite a good pearlescent, but the one thing I liked about this set is it's really shiny. Like, not quite chrome, but definitely feels far more metallic than the other set. Okay. That feels like it's starting to be an upgrade. Okay. So you go in there fine and dandy, but you're still a little bit set back. So where was that 4x4 flat? It's been lovely, hasn't it? I've done a whole series of very relaxing, very mindful, very demure Lego builds, step by step, following the instruction. And now you see the absolute chaos of building purely based on which parts I think look good. Okay, so if I put these onto a black plate and put that on, they should sit further forwards to this, which now means that doesn't want to sit on straight. So I have to bring this back forwards, which means I can now use these 4 pieces on 2 different levels. Meaning that I can cap one side and they will look different. Well, hello. I have been visited by one of our cats who has definitely decided that he has not had anything like enough food. Okay. So these square lights were sitting on here with these orange turn signals showing, but I'm not going to have enough space for that, so I've got to think if there's some way I can replicate that. Okay, but in the meantime, let's just put these all together. Connect that to the front. Put these little side wings back on. I'm kind of annoyed about them falling off. I don't think I can really put anything on there without compromising its ability to roll. Actually, let me just try using one of these pieces. And if that still rolls fine, which it does, let's see where the other side is. There we go. And if I pop that on there as well, that should hold everything together. Oh, I say everything together, this has popped off again. That will help. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so that looks a lot better to me. That looks a lot more detailed. Okay. So we are still working on the car doors. We are still working on the fact that those are holding together fine. That needs a red spot, which I will find, when I find it, I will put in. But it's not, but this needs to be bumped up just a little bit so that I can put a windshield on. Okay, so what do we have here that I can do that with? Let me see what happens if I put one of these in here. Ever so slightly too tight. Okay, bad idea. So I'm still looking for some 1x1s to throw on there. Well, do you know what? I'm going to take these round plates. I'm just going to pop those on there for now. If I find something better, I will definitely be swapping them over. But at least now I can get to putting these blocks in and seeing how that looks. Now, the easiest way of doing this would be to take this entire piece off and just stick it straight on there. Oh, I've already got some white pieces. That's a good start, but that does feel like cheating, and I think I am going to have to go through and pop all of these off one at a time. And put them on, which is, I mean, it was a wonderful space-saving idea. Because it lets them sit, lets the minifigures sit just off center. So it's 2 and a bar, 2. And it lets you also put this line down the center to act as gear stick and center bar for the console. So I'm just going to lean that in there at the moment because I already know that that's going to be too long without some massive modification. But let me just see how these go. Okay, so you go there. Right, so it's definitely a center line of those. Okay. That's undisputed. It's just whether or not I want to keep the backpack pieces on. Where is the other console? The other back? There. Okay. So, not completed. But does that give them enough space to sit side by side? Yes, it does. Okay, so if I can find that piece that we've just put down. Give that the red and white, which will be what I need to raise the height. Now I know I'm going to have to take this out once I've put next pieces on, but That also means I can find those flat pieces to give me door bumpers. Then when I put the next one on, I can put on the rest of those. Okay. So we are definitely getting somewhere. And great thing, love the fact that you can just put the figures side by side there. The wheel looks wrong. I will sort that. That's my next thing to solve. Okay. So with that done, let's do the second part of what these cozy Halloween builds are supposed to be about. And we are now on day 11 of this calendar. And I have no idea if this is going to be a figure or an accessory. It's an accessory. You know what? It's fine. These things are cute. I'm not going to put this together yet because this is incredibly messy. But we have a pumpkin. And actually, we have a pumpkin as well because it's kind of the last day that I could go to the supermarket, buy pumpkins and make sure that they're not falling apart by Halloween. So maybe once I've got the car done, I'll do a pumpkin carving video. Anyway, I hope that your Halloween plans are going well. And I'm going to do these every day until Halloween. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow.